Heraldo Energy. Today is the 20th of August 2018. Common understanding. I don't know you, you don't understand. I don't understand you, you don't understand me. What else do we have in common? Ashley Bright. How was my day yesterday? I started out with doing my week review. I was taking a look at my week, at my individual days, tried to find out what the topics of the week were for me. And later on, I also continued my week review, but I relocated because I was invited by Gudrun to have lunch. She cooked pumpkin and vegetables, and I had a great meal there, and I was really happy because I liked it very much in terms of especially the meal, but also the conversation, the company. I liked being around her. I liked the apartment that I was in, and I chatted with Gudrun for a bit until later on I made my way back because there was a visit. People, potential subletters, wanted to take a look at the apartment, and this is where I headed back. And then the first appointment, it actually didn't happen, but I was already on my way when Corinna called me and updated me. So I went back either way, and at home I then met up with the people who were interested, and they also immediately came back and gave us their sheets of papers, and they already committed that they said they want to have the apartment. It's the best that they had a look at until now, and they're now in a waiting state. And yeah, then I had my plan meeting together with Elena and Jacob, and I really liked it. I liked that we were way quicker. It was just an hour this time. And in the story sharing part, what I did is I tried something new, which I did in the past, but I haven't tried with this group, which is a variation of mirroring. And I used my scribbles, my drawings, or rather, to be more honest, I used my notes because this time I was also writing, not just drawing. And I used my notes to then later reflect back their story with the intention of later deleting the notes, but in order to be able to give them a third-person perspective on their own life. And this is something that I did and that I liked. And I also am thinking about putting into the whole process, into the agenda, so that other people can do the same. And it's not just me in this plan, but it's actually different plans. Today, also in the morning, I want to share this now. I had one thought where I considered renaming the groups from Do, Plan, and Tribe to something that is more of a general idea, to saying, hey, this is a commitment partner. This is my more of the game world. So this is the partner, the party, and the guild instead of this one. So that would that way I would have a bit more of a playful vibe. But I'm not sure if guild and party, guild and party is appropriate for what I'm for what I'm actually creating here. But neither am I sure if clan and tribe is such a fitting word. So I want to maybe get some more feedback and compare it and keep it at the back of my mind that I can also use the guild and clan terminology if that is what I care about. What else did I do yesterday? Oh yes, and then later on, after all of this, then I talked with Corinna, and it was time for the Arena Tactical, and I got into somewhat of a meta disconnect once more, and so I disconnected from her. And the reason was that there was a lot of pressure to get to. I interpreted a lot of pressure when it comes to now there has to be like this idea in my head that now I think that she wants, she has an urgency. I perceived it as an urgency to now get to a conclusion and make the decision today or at latest at the end of the week. And for me, forcing the decision is not something that I feel comfortable with. And said am again, I want to try to focus and put my attention whenever I say these filler words, to also mark them so that in the future I'm more aware of them and I can do without them. And the way that I want to do this, I want to replace them with pauses. That's my next level. All right, so I went into a disconnect. I didn't like the idea of putting pressure on my own decision. And I'm curious how I will continue with this specifically. I do know that I want to take some time this week to further explore, knowing that I cannot do anything wrong here. And that's what I did yesterday. Word again. What am I focusing on for today? And the answer is I want to work on the co-tension process, number one. Number two, I want to work on my Pioneer chapter. Number three, I want to work on the game plan. And number four, I want to work on the travel confidence. And all of these for me, there's different time slots when I will be working on the different versions of them. So I know that Elena will be here at 17 o'clock approximately. And with her, I want to talk about tensions and use the opportunity also to talk about the co-tension process. And I'm not sure if that's, Adam, I'm not sure yet how much new content she has to share with me. I also want to be open to talk about whatever she has on her mind. And I still have the agenda. I want to be open with it to also talk about the tension process, get her feedback on the Pioneer chapter, and potentially also get her support when it comes to travel confidence. And I'm aware this might be way too much, so I want to take it a step at a time and see how far I get. Either way, I want to deal with these topics today, and this is what's on my mind and on my agenda. I wish you a legendary day. As always, if you have some feedback, I'd love to hear it. And I'm looking forward to seeing you soon, because I believe that the best is yet to come.